What's up, fight fans? Welcome to Mr. Mustache MMA News. Today, I want to discuss this Saturday's co-main event between Neil Magny and Shavkat Rakhmonov. Very exciting welterweight matchup. But before we get into it, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe to get more MMA content. All right, getting right into it. Very interesting showdown, right? You have Neil Magny, who for a long time was calling out Khamzat Chimaev, and although he didn't get his wish, he kind of got like the next best thing in Shavkat Rakhmonov. Another ranked, undefeated welterweight prospect who's just very high on everyone's prospect list, contender list, possible future champion list. The guy just has looked very, very, very aggressive, dynamic, strong. I mean, he looks like a complete MMA fighter since he's basically been within the UFC. He's looked very good. And a guy like Neil Magny, who's been with the UFC 9 years, right? Basically, we've watched him grow up in front of our eyes. He's basically 19-7 since joining the UFC. He's always kind of been on this 2-fight win streak, 1 loss, 3-fight win streak, 1 loss. So, I mean, if you were a betting man, you might be betting against Neil Magny in this fight. A lot of implications. But Neil Magny, man, he's that guy where it's like he seems to thrive when the chips are stacked against him when he's coming off of a loss or people are looking down on him. Like, he really seems to thrive in those situations. And Magny's a guy who has beat several former champions, Carlos Condit, Robbie Lawler, who was the other one? Johnny Hendricks. He did get finished by RDA, Ponzinibbio, and Chiesa in his last 3 losses. It seems to be strength is something that he struggles against. And Magny, he's a taller, lankier guy, skinny, tall, long, and lanky. Shout out Josh Thompson. And I think that's going to work to his advantage, him being so long. But I think the strength disadvantage that he's going to have against Shavkat might be the difference. I think that really might be the big difference in this fight, which has seemed to be the big difference in most of Neil Magny's fights. When he goes against these guys who are much bigger, stronger, more powerful than him, people who are willing to walk him down per se rather than he would walk other guys down. So it's really hard to decide in this matchup because you have a guy who's been in the fire, has had the experiences, grown up in the lights of the UFC, against a guy who's a prospect still and has thrived so far within the UFC, still undefeated, hasn't had any blemishes yet. I'm very excited to see this matchup. It's very hard for me to pick a winner in this. I don't think I'm going to pick a winner in this. It's basically, if Magny can keep his distance and work his game, that's his key to success. And Shavkat has to be the bully for him to win this fight, right? He's got to march forward. He's got to put Magny on his back foot. He's got to be the stronger guy. He's going to have to make Magny grind out a victory, and that's where Shavkat's key to success is within this matchup, right? And the winner of this might be fighting Khamzat Chimaev next. That very well could be, even though Khamzat passed his test, because I'm sure the UFC is probably going to keep Khamzat for a title shot after the Edwards fight. That's probably what's going to happen. It's very interesting what might happen to both these guys. Whoever wins or loses, that they might not gain much traction, because there's not a lot of hype behind Neil Magny. He's kind of like that gatekeeper, and it's like once Shavkat beats him, he could be fighting Sean Brady. That really could happen, okay? The winner of this fight could be fighting Sean Brady. I would really like to see that because if Shavkat wins, you would have 2 undefeated prospects going against each other, possibly for contendership. And then if Neil Magny wins, he can be going against another undefeated prospect. That might be what the UFC might do to him, He might be like that prospect killer if he ends up winning this fight. There's a lot of really cool implications to whoever wins. And honestly, whoever loses too. This is a win-win situation for both guys. If Shavkat loses, he lost to Neil Magny. There's no heartbreak in that, He's such a hard and earned veteran. I think he's got tied for the most wins in welterweight history. So Neil Magny also does have an opportunity here to break a record in his weight class. He's been there for so long. He's been so consistent that he can actually pull off. And I think 19 wins within the UFC in the welterweight division. He might have had a catchweight fight here or there, but so there's really a lot of shit that can happen. This is a very exciting matchup, guys. I'm not going to pick a winner. But basically, from those 2 keys to success, Magny has to keep the distance and fight his fight. Shavkat's got to beat the bully. I'd love to hear what you guys think. Please, guys, tell me in the comment section who you guys think is going to take it. Is it going to be Shavkat? Is it going to be Neil Magny? I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. Mr. Mustache MMA News, out. Let's fucking go, fight fans.